All right, guys, how are y'all doing today? I wanted to do a follow-up video about my epiphany on connecting with intuition, higher self, just something outside of my ego. Me and my husband have been talking about ego and what it is, because he's like, I'm having a hard time grasping it because of what normal society thinks ego is. So in society, we view ego as kind of being in a narcissistic way, not being a narcissism or narcissist, but being selfish in a way. Because if you look up the definition of egotistical, it's kind of frowned upon, I guess we could say. But in the spiritual community, it's just your humanness. It's the part of you that helps you drive, helps you function, like, oh, there's a red light, I need to stop. Or I need to make a grocery list and go shopping. Just normal, everyday muggle things that need to be done. That's how the spiritual community views ego. It's not a bad thing, it's our humanness. So, when our intuition or higher self or team and spirit or anything outside of our ego gives us a message, that's how at least me, I'm trying to differentiate who's giving me the message or where this message is coming from. Now, again, I've always been spiritual and I believe in so many things, and the videos that I have created up until now are my strong beliefs on those points of views. But I also myself still struggle differentiating, because like I told y'all, my mind is constantly going. And so it's like, I really have to train myself to stop and let the thought come through and then think about where this thought is coming from. And so that's a lot of steps. It's a lot to do. And when your mind's constantly going and going and there's like thought after thought after thought, it's like, okay, if I stop at every single thought and think about these, that's more time. And it's just a lot, and it can be overwhelming. And so I'm at a point where I feel like I can give myself time to stop and think about each of these thoughts and where they are coming from. Because what I started doing, at least first, was certain thoughts that were kind of scary and a little intimidating. Those I really sat with and was like, is this me or is this fear trying to get over, trying to come through and infiltrate? That was the easiest to work on first. Is this fear or is this something else other than fear? So that was at least the easiest way for me to start. So now that I've kind of grasped that part of it and those steps, now I'm getting to the point where, okay, is this my ego or is this something spiritual outside of my humanness? Is it my higher self, maybe spirit guides, or, something else outside? That's where I'm at. And the fact that I was already 10 minutes into this Reiki video, working on moving my thoughts out and trying to be mindful and let the thoughts go, I know that those topics that were coming into my mind were from another source, because I was already in the meditative state, because I was 10 minutes into this Reiki video already. And so the fact that the thoughts were just what I would like to say suggestions, I really feel were from an outside source trying to help me out. And I wanted to create this video to kind of help you understand where I was in that state, the fact that I was actually kind of being in a meditative state and what was happening, because the first 10 minutes was, I need to do this. Oh, did I write that down? You know, that kind of stuff. That was my ego. But after, you know, a few minutes, it was like, no, stop thinking about that. Okay, move that thought out. Be quiet. And so I was focusing on my oscillating fan that I had in the room. I was focusing on the sound of that oscillating fan to be in the moment. And that really does help. If you need something to like else to focus on, maybe have like a fan or something going to like, okay, I'm gonna focus on that and not my thoughts. So after a few minutes of that, like over 5 minutes of that, and I kept like, oh, I need to do this, those thoughts started to slow down. So by 10 minutes of being in this meditative state, and especially with Reiki being flowed to me, energy healing, my ego was kind of like sitting down in the back room, like in the back of my mind, being quiet. So the only logical thing is that something other than my ego was giving me these suggestions. And again, I'm very spiritual, but I also have this kind of scientific mind where I need evidence and I like to do experiments. So that's why I really love like ghost hunting and stuff. I love the technical aspect of getting evidence. But past that, I already believe in the ghosts that are there. It's like I already know they're there, but I just love to hear like the EVPs or like see the thermal cams pick up something. So it's like my dual personalities of being spiritual, but also getting the evidence scientifically. That's like a balance, a yin yang in within me. So it is what it is. But I like to be able to let anyone else that's starting out know my processes so that maybe it will help you. Because like I'm taking a mediumship course from somebody that was a naval officer, and so she loves her evidence too. So she does evidentiary mediumship, which I'm all over that because it's evidence, scientific, but also spiritual. So I'm learning things from her, but I'm learning about myself also in how I learn. So I'm hoping that the way I learn, I can teach some of you guys, and maybe it will help you connect on your journey and connect in a way that's right for you. And again, not everybody's going to resonate with how I learn and my journey, and that's fine. Maybe you pick up one little thing. It's cool. It's fine. But hopefully, again, my journey and my experiences may help you in your way, and I really hope that it does. And if not, I really hope that you find your way, because it is a really cool journey. Again, having both aspects, the spiritual and the kind of scientific-y part of it is fun, really. It's like once you get scientific evidence, you can't like deny it. So then the spiritual side of you is like, see, I told you. But you know, anyways. All right, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful to at least a few people out there. So yeah, enjoy your day today. It's July 4th in the US, so happy July 4th, happy Independence Day, happy 250th birthday, America. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next one.